All right, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2 3. I can hear me. Can I hear you?
Yes, sir, ski.
All right, J.A.B Nation, we're back and better than ever with another episode today. And I know we've been like MIA for a little while. So but that's just part of us having like busy lives and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've been, been applying to different stuff and I've been working and
yep.
Jaylon been taking exam after exam.
Yeah.
Um he's like in calculus 15 right now. So
Not
tell
calculus 15. Don't do that.
tell the people why you've been busy and stuff like that.
Yeah, so as she said, I was in calculus 15. No such thing as that, but yeah, school for real. I've been busy with that. Just haven't really had much time to really get into the podcast and stuff as of late. So, you know, now we trying to be more consistent and figure it out and find time. So we done found a good little schedule, find a good little time, but like don't quote us, but we're trying to like post every week, but sometimes it might, be every other week. But we gonna try. So just bear with us.
Yeah. And if there's anything in particular that y'all want us to like post, talk about, we have a YouTube channel, so if you want to like see anything of us doing anything on there,
Yeah.
you can just leave a comment on our Instagram. You can follow us on any of our social medias, mainly like our Facebook and our Instagram. Is the link to everything is going to be in the description below. So y'all can just click that link right there. And so yeah, I know we're a little bit late on this. Not me, because I
Look,
watched
man.
the movie like
Look, man.
the second day it came out. But
Look,
Jaylon, he's in college right now, so he hasn't really had a lot of time
you
left.
know.
But I watched the second Black Panther movie, and I was like, Jaylon, you need to watch the movie so we can make an episode. So he finally watched it today.
You know, hey, better late than never, as we say. Better late than
So
never. So, what do you feel about the show? Before I say my opinion, how did you feel about the movie? Like, what was your thoughts on it?
I like um I like the water people, the blue people. I like them. They some
Wow,
bad
wow.
mamma jammas right there.
I knew you would be the one I knew you'd be the one that liked the Atlanteans, bro.
I like them. I like them with the whole. Yeah, I like that. I don't. Yeah, they have the own.
That's what.
Wakanda Forever. They have the X over the heart,
Right,
over the
right,
chest.
right.
But Namor, his people, they
They ruthless, but
they ruthless, ruthless for real, for real. Like
ruthless.
no, I gotta give my flowers to Angela Bassett, my Queen Ramonda. I
Mm.
got to, because the way at the beginning of that movie, when like the people were questioning like her about like Wakanda not wanting to share like the vibranium or the
Resources, yeah.
resources and stuff, and it was like French, who was it? Germany and French, like
France,
some
yeah.
European,
It was
some
France
Europe,
and some
yeah,
other countries, man.
some
I
other
don't
some
know.
other countries about like, oh, you being stingy, blah 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 blah. And she's like, oh, I'm being stingy. And then she brings out French men that invaded, like basically just invaded her country trying to steal resources that aren't theirs. And she was like, look, this is just going to be a pass. I just captured
Yeah.
your men
You know what I'm
who
saying?
invaded my land trying to steal from us. Next time y'all do this again,
You out of there.
oh, y'all out of
You
here.
out of there.
I won't be nice. I won't be so nice next time. So give my queen. And then the other scene where she was like she lost everything. Have I not given everything? Like she was
Mm.
just. I felt for her. I love me some Angela Bassett. I love me some Queen Ramonda. I love it. What are some parts that you like about the
Oh
movie?
man. You know, I like the Atlanteans. I don't really like what's his name? I know his name Namor. You know, the comics.
Yeah.
his name is Namor, but like Cuckoo Khan, that's what they called him, or whatever his name. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, bruh, the dude was ruthless, bro. They call him the child without love in his heart or something like that. And it's
That's
like
what
he
Namor
showed
did.
he showed that, like, and it's kind of like, you know what I'm
That
saying? Dang.
I mean, I get it, but he do have love, like the lengths that he was willing to go to protect his people to avoid war.
Yeah, for his people, you know what I'm saying?
Like he got love for his people, but
His
anybody else
people,
outside of
everybody
that,
else,
he ain't messing with y'all.
everybody else. But he said, "Hey, but you get the ally or enemy. Which one you want to be?" And it was just like that. Um, of course, Killmonger. Come on now, you gotta go
Yeah.
back to when that last line. Hey, are you gonna be noble like your brother?
Or handle
Or handle
business
your
like me.
business? Handle your business. Yeah, feel
Yeah.
me? So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a great, bro. That was a great part. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing, her trying to reach her ancestors, basically her mom, her brother, trying to reach them, and like end up getting her cousin, her long lost cousin, and she was like surprised at the beginning because she didn't want it. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, nah, like, this gotta be a mistake. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be here. But he was like, nah, you wanted me here. This is what you need. And I feel like he showed her, you know what I'm saying, both sides. Like, he was telling her like everything throughout their history of us knowing in Black Panther, and just showing like, dang, from the mom, which is, Angela Bassett, you know what I'm saying. Then we go to the father. He said he was a hypocrite. Then we go to the brother. He was too noble. We go to It's a lot of, a lot of things that he was talking about throughout their family tree. He was just like, what are you gonna do? Like, who are you gonna be? He was like, because you can't be too noble, because like that's not gonna work in this situation. Like, because Kukulkan Khan not going for that. Like, he, you know what I'm saying, he already said that, like, hey, I don't give a crap about nobody else. He was like, either you gonna befriend me or we just gonna turn against you. You gonna be the first ones we come after. So it's kind of like, she had to make a choice, and yeah, she made that choice. You feel me? So I just think how everything came together. It was a lot of moments where like you get teared up, like you tear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of allergies. You know, but there's a lot of parts in there where it was kind of like, dang, you kind of felt for each character in that moment. You felt for Kukulkan Khan, his story. You felt for Queen Ramonda, and saying, losing everybody, and for the momentarily losing her daughter. Then you felt for Zuri. She lost her mother.
Yeah,
saying, we
bro.
lost. She lost basically everything. So it was kind of like everybody had something to give in the show, and it was kind of like you seen all that come together, and it was great. It was really a masterpiece of work, I would think. Just bringing everything together. Even the battles, the fight scenes was crazy. Like, we got a new character, Black Heart. She was tough.
Ironheart.
It was Ironheart. My
Ironheart.
bad. Ironheart. She tough, bro. She was funny.
Riri Williams, that's her name in the show, in the MC
Okay,
universe.
yeah, bro. Like,
Riri Williams. Yeah.
she was funny, but she was just
Yeah.
she was your typical American black girl. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, y'all got to tell me something. Y'all messing up what I got going. Like, what y'all? And then at the end, she, you know what I'm saying? She found, friends in the Wakandians, of course, Zuri. So it was just a lot of things that was just great about each section of the movie. It gave you a lot of love, a lot of fight, a lot of hurt, a lot of everything. So you kind of, all your emotions was in you know what I'm saying, haywire in this show. So I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it too. One thing that I thought that was interesting after the conversation that Shuri had with Killmonger, and I don't know if you noticed that she was walking and she was about to pick up like this Black Panther helmet. that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
silver, that had like silver in it.
yeah.
That was the noble suit that represented her brother. Okay. Because
Dang. Killmonger had
Chadwick,
gold.
rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. He had silver in his Black Panther
Right,
suit,
right, 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 right.
but Killmonger had all gold in his suit. Okay. Now, if you look at Shuri's suit, she has both gold and
And
silver. She's both a killer like her cousin, but also kind of noble
well, yeah,
like her brother.
showing remorse
Right.
types. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna lie to you, like at the end, like I really hated the end of the movie, or the battle scene, the fight scene between her
For real.
and Namor, because like obviously when I was going into this movie, I didn't think that Shuri was going to have a lot of like cool fight scenes, like Chadwick Boseman when he was Black Panther. Rest in peace to him.
Right, right.
Because like Shuri is the brains. She
Yeah.
isn't really used to like hand to hand combat. She's not really that athletic. Even though she has like the power of the Black Panther within her, it's still different. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she hasn't really been in combat like that for real, for real. So I wasn't really expecting much of her. But even though that fight scene between her and Namor, I was like, and then when she like saves him at the end, I'm like, you had this whole battle for nothing.
Yeah. Cause she was, bruh, I hate stuff like that because it makes it contradicting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where in the beginning it was a foretelling of like what she wanted to see, which is like, you remember she told Killmonger, like it showed a little flashback of her telling like her cousin, like, hey, bro, I want to see him like beg for mercy. Like, I want to kill this man. Like, but then, you know what I'm saying? As you kind of think more, it's kind of like they trying to open a gate to another movie. You know, that's kind of another gate to another movie. So we're gonna really see like the Atlanteans versus Wakanda. I think full force, full fetch in the next one, if there's a next one.
The reason, like, I couldn't even fathom the fact that if this man were to kill my mother and look me in my face and say, "You the queen now," and then I come back for you, and I come back for you to kill you, and then at the very last moment, I have a vision of my mother and she's saying, "Show him who you are," and then I spare him. No, like the way I'm set up for vengeance. But here's the thing that I guess resonate in my mind as to why to like let him go. Is because what M'Baku said. They said they look at him as a god. He's not just a leader.
Wow, yeah.
He's a god. If he were to be killed, his people would never rest to get vengeance. What is he called? The serpent?
The serpent, the feathery serpent god or something like that.
Yeah, he's a god to these people. He ain't just a leader. Like he's on a different level from what was Chadwick Boseman's name in the movie as Black Panther? T'Challa. He's not T'Challa. T'Challa is a leader.
He's a king.
He's a protector.
Right.
He's a king. Right. But Kukulkan or whatever, Namor, he's a god.
But he a god to them people. Because
he a god to them people.
Because it was like at the beginning, it's the beginning of like everything. It's kind of like showing
everything started, their civilization, their kind, their people.
Yeah, like, and then you know what I'm saying, them changing the plants they found, everything like that. It was kind of like, okay, he's the new, you know what I'm saying, I would say the new start of the next generation. So when they start doing that and they start like all that stuff, he was different. He was the different one. And then, you know what I'm saying, when his mother, you know, passed away and stuff, like he was going to bury her, and he seen, this is when we get into like historically, like he seen, you know,
he don't like the land people because they just destructive.
Because they was ruthless. They was, you know, mean, you know, beating on his people, the people that came before him. You know what I'm saying? The Mesoamericans, I think, if I'm not, or the Indians, whatever. I think it's Mesoamericans, I think.
Yeah,
but you know,
the natives,
that's better.
Yeah.
So it was just like you see them getting beat on, you see them getting treated ruthless, and like I can see why they call him what they call him. As far as the colonizers, as we say, like we can see why they called him what they called him, because of it's just like I would think something clicked in him, like, okay, y'all ruthless to them, I'm gonna be ruthless to y'all.
But it's hypocritical how the colonizers gonna call him the
That's what I'm
boy
saying.
without love when you as a colonizer not showing love to these native people that live here.
Right. You know what I'm
You
saying?
y'all in y'all in a sense, y'all colonizing white people should be called no more too. That should be y'all title. Cause what kind of
Man.
love were y'all showing?
Cause it's just like, dang, it's kind of like, dang, wow. You can see when somebody else has, like they say, bro, when the rabbit got the gun, it's not funny no more. Like, you know, and it's just like when you put in that situation where you add mercy to this person and he doesn't show mercy to you because you never showed mercy to his kind.
Yeah, like
So
why
it's
should I
just
show
like,
mercy to you?
yeah, it's like, so you begging for mercy, and then, you know what I'm saying, I'm killing your people or whatever, or, you know, doing what you did to me, and then it's like, oh, you're ruthless, you don't have no heart. But it's just like, forget all that. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
I want to run my runs right
real,
now.
I want my ones. In this case, I want your head. And it was just like that moment. It was just that. So
I run you this fade, number 2 on the side.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
that was one of my favorite parts. I know that sounds crazy, but like, it was just the storytelling in it, and just the awakening of eyes, just seeing like, okay, you know what I'm saying, seeing seeing what he saw, you know what I'm saying, looking from his view, his shoes. So it's kind of like, I liked that part, just showing us showing people you know, everything like that. So it's kind of like,
yeah. What was your favorite fight scene? My favorite fight scene is when well, first, let me get it together. First, you remember when Namor gathered all his people underwater and they was like chanting and stuff, and he had on the headpiece? I'm about to say, this man looks so sick. And I was like, they was going to Wakanda after he gathered his people. They went to Wakanda, and all the water just washing everybody away.
Yeah.
It's just like,
that's crazy.
It's so much symbolism in this movie about like, is the intertwining between like what actually happened. Well, it's kind of like not really what actually happened, but sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. Like the colonizers destroying like the natives, that's real. That was blended into the show. But also like when you see the scenes of like the water coming into Wakanda and washing away of the black people potentially drowning, that reminded me of what Killmonger said about I'd rather drown. And that's kind of like an experience that a lot of Africans experience when they jump off the ship. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Just that's just what that scene reminded me of.
I didn't think of it like that. That's wild. That's a great take.
But that's just what it just reminded me of. But that battle scene of him in the air, like with the feathers on his feet and just dodging bullets and block, like at Wakanda, that I love that. I love that whole scene. Like the whole when
I hated those feathers on his feet, bruh. I hated the little flippers that he got on his feet, bruh. I don't know why. I just didn't like the flippers. But nah, bro, that dude was dashing through the air like he was skating. Right. I ain't gonna count. But that boy was on roll bounce in the air. But he was skate. But that boy was on that. And it was just like, dang. But I think that's crazy. I ain't never really looked at it like that. Just the whole drowning and then, you know what I'm saying, the Killmonger part. I ain't put that together. That's crazy.
I like to look into stuff like some stuff just pop up in my mind. Girl, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of this, or oh, this is symbolism of that. Blah, blah, blah.
Girl, you're deep. You're deep. But nah, like I think my favorite fight scene fight scenes were the leader guardian. I don't know her name. You know that movie?
Oh, the bald head.
She was the head guardian. Yeah. I like her fight against the top dude in Atlantean. Right.
That was a good fight scene.
She ran her ones,
right.
And then she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to run this back."
Right.
She ran it for her. No, and he was like, "Yeah, you finna go see your ancestors." Then she said, "Oh, really?
Really?
You finna see your ancestors?"
They really went toe to toe. Like I like that fight scene.
That was great, bro.
But I think like for real, like the reason you just brought up another reason as to why reason why I would have spared Namor. It wouldn't have been the reason because of like I have a good heart. It wouldn't have been a reason because I had a vision of my mama telling me, show him the true you. It would have been the thing Mbaku said, and also the fact that they can't really die. Like you remember they got stabbed?
Yeah, and they got
She
back
stabbed
up.
and they got right back up. Like
He was like, go to Namora. And they just got up and walked away. I'm like,
right, like they stabbed they I don't know, they're not called Atlanteans, but they're called something else. I forgot what it was.
yeah.
But you know, Nemora's people, they get stabbed and they just stand right back up like they are stronger to me than like the Wakanda warrior women. Cause they're not like, cause the Wakanda warrior women, they can sustain damage. Like if they get stabbed like that, they're not getting back up.
They kind of hurt and kind of dead, ain't it?
Yeah, they rest in peace.
I just think, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's would have made me like not to made me show some grace to Namor, because I don't want them people like, because if I killed him and he's God, and he's their God and I killed him, they would not stop. Literally, no matter what kind of bullets, you have to figure out how to kill them, and I don't even know where to start.
Bro, even with the beginning when they took over the little ocean thing.
Oh, that was scary.
Ocean security. Bro, she shot this man a couple of times. Nothing happened, bro. Bro was just like,
bro.
What?
You want to know the best part that I love about those people, the little underwater people?
What?
Remember that scene when like the white people was like looking for vibranium under the water, and they kept hearing the
yeah, the singing, the sirens,
the sirens. That is so scary. And it was like when the story of like when you hear a siren, that noise, it like mesmerizes you, and you just do whatever it like that sounds telling you to do.
And that's crazy. And they was walking,
and
in
it was
the
making
ocean.
them, it was making them kill themselves, like walk overboard and drown themselves.
Like, that was crazy. I'm
that
like,
was mad crazy. That was scary.
Bruh,
especially in the dark, you couldn't see nothing for real.
I didn't know what was going on, but all you see, I think the only part I seen like really crazy was you seen them in a triangle, their heads popped above water, just their heads, and you just see like them just singing, and it's just like, what the freak is going on here? And you just see people walking off. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's going on with these people? I'm not catching it.
And I knew exactly what was happening, because I know, like, because when I was younger, I used to like watch Harry Potter, and I used to read Greek mythology, so I know about sirens.
Yeah.
And sirens usually, like, there's a story in Greek mythology about sirens. Usually they're like women, they're like beautiful women, and their voice, if they say something or sing, it enchants you to do whatever they want you to do.
Oh.
So I knew, because when I heard the sound and I saw people walking off, I was like, they're being controlled by these sirens.
That's kind of crazy.
Noise.
I was seeing that. I'm like, bruh, nah, I ain't gonna cap. Whoever dude was that threw that goddamn spear at bruh in his chest, he need to go ahead and sign up for the NFL Combine. I ain't gonna cap to you. Quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Cam Newton, we need that. But I'm talking about, yo, bruh dead. Like, bruh dead. And it was crazy. But I hate how they was just blaming it all on like the Wakandians though. Like, oh, the Wakandians did this, the Wakandians did that, this and that and the third. It's kind of like, bruh, like it goes back to like, hate to say it, but like people blaming black people for everything, bruh. Like, that's how I looked at it a little bit. I'm kind of like,
Okay, I have two more topics I want to talk about. I mean, it's still within the movie, but the first one, well, let me say this one. I kind of lost it. But, you know, at the end of the movie, they low-key kind of like allies, Wakanda and the underwater people.
Right.
The reason why they low-key kind of allies is because you remember what Namor said at the end? She showed me mercy. And they basically both kind of need each other, because the white people still are trying to find vibranium.
Exactly.
They going on the water to trying to find it, and they also trying to go to Wakanda to find it. Just because Queen Ramonda and them captured the French people, That don't mean nothing.
That
Do
don't
you
mean
think?
jack.
Do you think white people in all these other countries,
Care?
in Europe,
No,
Russia, and America, really care about?
no, they
Nah, they
don't.
not scared. They gonna go and
Yeah.
search again.
These people
Whether
do not
it's
care about nothing.
whether they go to Wakanda or underwater, they do not. They're coming back. They're
Yeah,
coming back.
they
So I
don't.
feel like there's gonna be a situation where they gonna have to team up. Namor and
Yeah.
his people and Shuri and her people, they're gonna have to team up. That's what I wanted to say. And the other thing, we have
Mhm.
10 more minutes. One more last thing.
Okay.
Who do you think would win in a fight? Aquaman, I know he's DC.
Yeah,
Aquaman or Namor? Or
bruh,
Namor?
I ain't gonna cap, bruh. I don't really know, bruh. I ain't gonna. I don't know. I'm Marvel though. Like I want to say Namor, like just how Namor was moving through the air. I know Aquaman could do the same, but like it's different though. If I had to take it off appearance, bro, I'm taking Aquaman for sure. But if I'm taking it off of like power and just like what we doing and like you know what I'm saying, we just here to like murder niggas and shit, like I'm taking Namor, because Namor about that business. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
say, I don't care about none of this. I kill all you. I kill you and your family. Keep playing with me.
Right.
That's how
Right.
Namor was. So it's kind of like I like Namor. I'll take Namor over Aquaman if we talking about just ability and just fighting.
All right. One more question.
Yeah.
Remember, like the reason why I have respect for Namor, even though he was dirty when he did tell her it was like, if you
What it
don't
was
join
for,
my
yeah.
side, you gonna be against me. Remember,
Right.
he when he took her, like when he captured Shuri, he wasn't doing it to like threaten her. He was trying to show her what he was trying to protect.
Mhm.
And trying to avoid.
Right.
That's why he sat there and told her the story of like how their people came to be and explained it to her and what he represents. And that's why I think it's crazy that he got the name Namor, the kid without love. The love that he has for his people runs so deep.
But
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the conversation when he was like, either you're gonna join me, and if you don't, I see you as the enemy. And
Right.
she didn't really make a decision.
She just sat there and just looked at him like, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I can see what you're talking about, but then we have to realize like, bruh, they didn't know, the colonizers didn't know like in depth on what he was talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or in depth on what was going on. That's why they called him what they called him, because they didn't understand, nor did they wanted to understand. All they cared was about was that he was killing them and they didn't know what for. Because all, you know what I'm saying, people back then always thought they was in the right. So it was kind of just like this evil, why they call him all kind of name, they call him Satan, all that. And it was just like, bruh, no. Like, bruh, in the Bible, bruh, since we talk about reap what you sow, they rep what they sold. It is just like, that goes to show like the amount of care that they care about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? As far as just like quick to name, quick to this, quick to that. So, but yeah, I don't want to get into that. That's a whole nother topic we can get into.
If you was in Shuri's position and like Namor captured you, took you down to his place, his his habitat, his home, and explained to you what was going on.
Yeah.
Because Shuri has already had experiences of the white man or the colonizers trying to take her people and her stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a person of color who's been, had treated badly or whatever, she should have like been able to sympathize with Namor, especially on the fact of like they're trying to take both of our resources.
Right.
Why not? Why would I be your enemy when I already seen that like y'all can't die? I don't want to fight y'all. Like obviously we would lose. So I don't get why she wouldn't have like made the decision to like.
You wanna hear my answer, bro?
Oh yeah.
You wanna hear my answer, bro? Look. You say if I'm Zuri in this position, like, and she with Namor, he showed me all this stuff, and so I had to choose to be an enemy or an enemy or a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna cap. The surface world, like the USA, France, they off him. I'm off him.
That's what I would have did. I would have shook his hand on it. I would have shook the deal. I
Yes.
would have been like, say no more. Say no more.
Hey, you got you ain't even had to say nothing, bro. I was on the
Right.
same page.
Right.
You want to kill him? Okay, bro. Cause no, bro. Like what? Cause, bro. Cause at the end of the day, like a lot of that comes with like just, bro. The government will not stop to get what they want, and you know what I'm
Look,
saying. They do not care. So it's just like, yeah, we can offer.
because the reason why like he wanted to kill Riri was because she's the one that like
Made
made
the
the
thing,
machine.
yeah, made
Yeah.
it.
And all Shuri had to say was, look, keep her alive. She get to stay with us or whatever. But in exchange for like you not, because you want to kill her, because you
Yeah,
think she's a threat to you. So in exchange of saving her, I will work with you to get rid
right.
of our common enemy, which
Yeah,
is the colonizers.
right.
That could have been the deal.
Even with that, we could have been like, dang. Even Riri got deceived though, because if you think about it, if she made that machine, but she would have had millions and millions of dollars. She's a student.
Who
They didn't give
stole it
her.
from her?
They
The
didn't exactly. They
colonizers.
told her it was
They
they.
causing all the problem.
They
They
told
stole it from her.
they told her she could, bro. They told her she couldn't do it. She proved them wrong. She said, "I just wanted to prove them wrong," and she ended up making it. Now,
And they stole it from her.
after that, what happened, bro? They stole it. They said, "Oh, okay, we're gonna take this from you. This is confidential. This is top of the line. All this bull crap, all that," and they took it. So it's just like, bro, like it's easy to wipe Riri name off this, because she just made it out of spite. Like, you told me I couldn't do it. I did it. So like, but then it was just like, we was kind of hoping you did it, because like now we gonna take it and we gonna, do what we want to do. But then like, that's why I'm kind of glad, bro. God, please forgive me, I don't know this road, but like, I'm kind of glad the people at the bottom of the ocean kind of died how they did, because like, that's what y'all get, in my opinion. Like, why y'all, bro, government and like colonizers, I call them, love to go looking for stuff that doesn't need to be found. And that's what they were doing. That whole vibranium searcher thing, like, bro, why y'all looking for these things, bro? Why y'all trying to find this, bro? If they told you you don't need it, bro, you don't need it, bro. You still the most powerful, well, not the most powerful, you the second most powerful country in the world besides Wakanda. Leave it alone. Why are you trying to mess with stuff? But they gonna do what they want to do. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I would have offed them. They wiped out. That's just me though.
I would agree. But yeah. Y'all, that's gonna be the end of this episode. I will say that we do have some good stuff, planned out in the future. One of the next episodes, probably not the next one right after this, but sometime in the future, we will be going over Creed 3, because me and Jaylon are very excited about watching that movie. And doing a review about it. Because I just know that trailer looks so good.
Bro, it looks nice, bro. I just hope it's not like other movies where the trailer look nice and his butt cheeks. I hope it's not that, bro. And Michael B. Jordan, this is first directing thing. So I'm, for a black man to do that and get in that space, I'm glad for him. Congrats to him and stuff like that. Even through all the hate. So yeah, I'm glad about that.
All right. I am J.A.B Nation. We out. Cue the music.
Sir.